Hey viewers, it's another 5v5 with Mundo here from the Casual Pro Gamer. As you can see, we have two Anivias, two Blitzcranks and a bunch of other people. The main thing in this game is that the opponents do have a jungler in Olaf and we do not. So one of the lanes will be 2v1 and well, that would be the lane that we have to push. The opponents have an Anivia mid, just like us. And well, that means that the Blitzcrank and Twitch will probably be together, since Twitch is too weak to go on his own, especially versus 2. And I'm not sure who's left. It is Master Yi. He can probably handle himself in a 2v1 situation, although not too well. Traditionally, top lane is solo lane, because the bottom lane has to guard the dragon. And so we're expecting to have two people here, Blitzcrank and probably Twitch. So, we're not going into the bush, we're not even going near the bush, because, well, if Blitzcrank pulls you and Twitch just gets the chance to attack you, you will either die or almost die, both of which are not really what we want. So, like normal, early game, it's just a little waiting until things start off. I checked the bushes, there's nobody there. So apparently they weren't planning to level 1 fight. And then here we see Twitch. And I was just too late to throw a cleaver at him. But Caitlyn does about 40% damage to him in 3 shots. So I decided to just go in, as he seemed to be without backup here. And he only has 100 life left. So he should already go back home. Which is why you never put Twitch as a solo. And then Caitlyn does this and just kills him. So flash and 2 shots and he's dead. So we already are up 1 kill. And we basically can push this lane no problem. Unless, of course, the jungler comes in, but then it's still a 2v1 situation, which I would have no problem with. So we're doing some damage on the turrets. Unfortunately, our minions have all died, so we have to wait for the next wave, and Twitch will probably be back before then. But then it's just rinse and repeat. We'll do it again and get some more damage done on the turret. So here I'm not being careful about just last hitting, because it's 2 versus 1 and I don't want to give them any opportunity to actually stabilize. Well, as we see, Olaf has come in to actually assist the Twitch, because he obviously cannot handle himself versus 2. But even with the 2 of them, well, they're both relatively low health. They have no armor. They have nothing. So we can just harass them until they die. And as you can see here, 1 cleaver plus 1, forgot the name, from Caitlyn, and Olaf drops by about 50%. It's a Piltover. So again, hitting him with the cleaver. The cleaver does a lot of damage against heroes with no magic resist. So here we have another attempt at harassment of us. Since there is now no jungler, we can still push. I mean, there's nobody going to come to gank us. Unless there's someone coming from top or middle lane, but we will be warned well in advance. So again, hitting a cleaver. Olaf's almost dead. And my mouse doesn't really want to work with me. So we're just going to continue this. Unfortunately, Caitlin wasn't too careful. She forgot that there actually was a Twitch on the field. You could hear Olaf charging up one of his skills to prepare to run in. And that was, for me, the sign that Twitch would be near. And here Twitch overcommits a little bit, but then I decide, well, it's better that I actually stay alive. Because I couldn't reach him in time, and I would have killed him if I could. But yeah, it's better not to do so. Better to stay alive instead of to attempt to get a kill, which you're going to get anyway. I mean, this Twitch is very bad, as is this Olaf. So I'm pretty low now. I'm going to recall. So now the jungle advantage has been nullified, since the jungler can no longer jungle. And this is why I actually made the video. I wanted to show off a new build I am doing on Mundo. Instead of going for the defensive and then get something like lifesteal in Stark's Fervor, I'm actually going for a double, what's it called, Phantom Dancer. And it actually works out really well, because as soon as you have the first Phantom Dancer and boots, then you're so fast that nobody can chase you. And that helps a lot in getting to team fights, but also in avoiding to get caught. Because when you use your ultimate, you have some extra life to play with, and basically you can use that life to get away from mostly any situation, unless they have multiple stuns and slows, which in this case Anivia does have. So it's not a guarantee that you'll get away, but it's a big advantage you get. Olaf seems to be in the jungle again, so it's time to harass Twitch until he can no longer handle it. So basically I'm trying to find a path to Twitch where my cleavers can actually hit him, and now I found it. But unfortunately a knee wave arrives just in time. Twitch is smart enough to actually keep the minions between him and me. But that doesn't mean that we cannot damage him, because Caitlin can just shoot over the minions. And she has a long range auto attack as well, so yeah, we can still hit them pretty well. Here I land another cleaver, which is always helpful. Caitlin's out of mana. I already saw that. Well, mainly because she would have used her ultimate there to finish off Twitch. So I was wondering why she didn't, and then I looked and saw that she didn't have mana. So the jungler is back in lane again with red buff, but that doesn't really matter because he's not going to reach us anytime soon. We have Caitlin's traps, we have my slow, we can mostly slow him before he actually does anything. And I'm just trying to get some harass off. Yeah, I did have some frame rate issues, not a lot, but so it's not like the game will be unwatchable, but there's some skipping frames and things like that, but yeah, well. I guess I'll have to do without actually compiling or processing the videos if I want to have no frame rate issues at all. But since it's only, well, about once a minute or once every few minutes, it's a couple of frames, it's fine to me. I mean, if you don't agree, let me know, and I'll just stop processing movies when I'm actually playing the game, or recording a game I should say. Because the recording software takes up quite a bit of memory. And unfortunately, I don't have that much memory anymore. I still have 8 gigabytes, but it used to be 16. The computer was actually designed to have 16. But yeah, well, Windows 7 doesn't actually work with 16 gigabytes, or that might also be the case. There's an error somewhere in the memory. I still have to try and look for it. Microsoft gives the two explanations, and